What do you usually say when someone asks, "What are you doing tomorrow?" Do you say, "I will go shopping," or "I'm going to go shopping"? Which one is right? Hi, friends. I'm Leo, and welcome to the Leo English Podcast, where we make learning English easy, real, and fun. Today, we're going to talk about the future, how to express your plans and decisions using will and going to. These two phrases are small, but they're powerful. They help you talk about your life, your goals, and your tomorrow. So, grab your coffee, sit back, and let's look into the future in English. Let's start simple. When you talk about something you already planned, something you decided before, you use going to. For example, I'm going to visit my grandmother this weekend. Or, I'm going to study English after dinner. Or, we're going to have pizza tonight. These are all things you planned before speaking. But what if you decide something right now, in the moment? That's when you use will. Imagine this. You're looking out the window and see dark clouds. You say, "Oh, it's going to rain." That's a prediction, based on what you see. But if your friend says, "I forgot my umbrella," and you suddenly reply, "Don't worry, I'll lend you mine," that's a spontaneous decision. You just decided it now, so you use will. Easy, right? Now, let's make this more fun with a little story. It's Friday evening. I finish work, tired but happy. I sit on the couch and think, what am I going to do this weekend? I already know my Saturday morning plan. I'm going to sleep in. No alarms, no meetings, just sleep. That's my plan. So I say, I'm going to sleep in tomorrow morning. Then I remember my friend Tom asked for help moving some boxes. So I say, I'm going to help Tom move his furniture. Again, that's a plan I already made. But then something funny happens. While I'm talking, I suddenly think, maybe I'll buy him lunch after. That idea came right now, so I say, I'll buy him lunch. See the difference? Later that day, I call my friend Sarah. She says, "Hey Leo, any plans for Saturday?" I tell her, "Yeah, I'm going to help Tom in the morning." She laughs and says, "That's nice. What about the afternoon?" I think for a second. Well, I'm going to meet my cousin at the mall around 2. That's another plan. Then, in the middle of the call, I suddenly remember something. Oh, my mom said she's going to cook a big dinner tomorrow night. That's her plan. And without thinking, I add, I'll bring dessert. Now that's a spontaneous decision. I just made it during the conversation. So, planned equals going to. Decided now equals will. Got it? Let's continue the story. Saturday morning arrives. Tom calls me. "Hey, Leo, I'm going to pick you up at 9. Great, that's his plan. I get ready, help him move the boxes, and after 2 hours, we're done. I look at him and say, "You know what? I'll buy us coffee." Spontaneous again, because I didn't plan that earlier. After coffee, I meet my cousin at the mall. We walk, chat, and look at sneakers. Then my cousin says, "Want to play basketball later?" I think for a second and say, "Sure, I'm down." We message our friends and decide we're going to play at 3:30. Now it's a plan. But when I get there, I realize I forgot water bottles. So I say, wait here, I'll buy some water. That's a decision right now. Later, after basketball, my cousin says, let's get ice cream. And I say, I'll try the chocolate chip flavor. Again, spontaneous. Evening comes. I go home, take a shower, and get ready for dinner. My mom is in the kitchen. She's smiling and says, I'm going to make lasagna tonight. That's her plan. I tell her, I'll set the table. That's my instant decision. Dinner starts at 6 p.m. My dad, of course, starts telling stories. He always does. So I whisper to my mom, we'll probably finish around 10. That's a prediction based on experience. See how natural it is? We mix will and going to all the time in real life. Now, let's look at how we also use will for promises or predictions. If your friend says, I'm nervous about my test, you can say, don't worry, you'll do great. That's encouragement, a kind of prediction. Or when your boss says, can you finish this report today? You can say, sure, I'll do it after lunch. That's a promise. We also use will when we think something will happen. I think it will be sunny tomorrow. I'm sure you'll love that movie. I bet it'll rain later. Now, let's test your understanding. Can you tell the difference here? I'm going to visit my grandmother on Sunday. That's a plan. I'll call her tonight to confirm. That's a spontaneous action. I'm going to meet my friend after work. Planned. I'll take an umbrella. Decided now. I'm going to cook dinner later. Planned. Oh, we're out of rice? I'll order some. Decided now. You see how small the difference is, but how big the meaning change can be? So, my friends, here's the takeaway. Use going to for plans, intentions, and things you decided before. Use will for decisions you make right now and for promises or predictions. When you speak English, don't overthink it. Just feel the difference. Ask yourself, did I plan this already? Or am I deciding now? That's all you need. Before we end, let's try this together. Think about tomorrow. Say it out loud. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to have breakfast. Oh, wait, maybe I'll sleep in instead. See? You just changed your plan. That's English in real life. Simple, natural, and fun. Thanks for listening, my friends. I'm Leo, and this was Leo English Podcast, where English feels real and easy. Practice your will and going to this week. Use them when you talk about your plans, and soon they'll feel natural to you. Until next time, stay positive, stay curious, and keep learning English the fun way. See you soon.